Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CSGO Clutch Podcast, sponsored by Prize Picks. My name is Adam Cohn, I am your host. It is a solo pod edition here on the podcast today. Dan and I had the night off yesterday, and I'm recording this super late. It is 11:30 p.m.-ish on the East Coast. It is a super late edition of the podcast. I had some stuff going on today, so I want to make sure Dan and I did get some content out for you guys today. Dan will be rejoining us for tomorrow's very special I Am Cologne Grand Final Showdown edition of the podcast. But it's super late, and Dan and I want to make sure we got some content out for you all. Like I said, Dan will be rejoining us for the next podcast. Alright, let's do this. Let's go review the winning lineup. First, I want to go over my lineup before we get to the winning lineup. I decided to gamble. Well, not really gamble. I hedged. I got the leverage on the slate. I went with Twist and Brokey from FaZe against Gambit, and I went with Shiro, like 74% of the field did as well. I just thought Shiro was a really good play. I thought he was, of all the players versus FaZe, I thought he was probably the advantage versus FaZe. So those were the right plays. I had a 3-man stack of Astralis against VP. I had Dupree, Zipix, and Bubsky. The winning lineup compared to mine. So let's go back this way first. I'll show you the winning lineup and then go head to head. So congrats to Michael B. Cool for a solo takedown of first place and $5,000. He had Michael B. Cool had Captain Brokey with Twist and Shiro, but the difference maker in the lineup was going instead of Twist Captain was Brokey Captain. Brokey had a fantastic day against Gambit, and going with Magisk instead of Dupree was the way to go. And if we can view head to head, you can see the difference here. Correct 5 players, Dupree and Magisk was a 30.5 difference maker. As you can see, if I added 30.5, I'd have 495, 496.25, which would have been very cool as well. Which probably would have been top 10. Or probably top 5. But didn't happen that way. It's not a big deal. If we take a look at some of these other ones. Yeah, Michael B. Cool also had 3rd place. Captain Bubsky, he went absolutely ham with Shiro, Twist, Brokey, Magisk, and Zipix. So again, same lineup, you just needed the extra points out of Brokey Captain. So, with that being said, we're going to get into this breakdown here. I mean, this is pretty good here. You get your 3-man Astralis stack, you get your 2 FaZe and Gambit are eliminated. FaZe moving on. And the playoffs, the final... So the semifinals consist of G2 versus Astralis and Na'Vi versus FaZe. Nothing else I really want to talk about here in terms of the winning lineup. The leverage of FaZe and mixing in that Gambit, so a 3-2-1 did take it down. Brokey went absolutely ham, and you need a Twist to go along with. I believe they were the only 2 positive from FaZe. And Astralis versus VP, even though it did go all 3 maps, they were the ones that came out on top. I got a chance to watch a little bit of that game, and Astralis looked really good, especially Bubsky, because the Mad Lions Bubsky that we saw when he was back with Mad Lions. And Shiro was just a great one-off play, but I don't know what to do with Gamma going forward on this. Unfortunately, the world number 1 have been knocked off by FaZe. And we're going to get it, I want to talk about this with Dan tomorrow when he joins us again on the podcast. It's that LAN experience. You have all these guys on FaZe with LAN experience. Hobbit probably the only one that has LAN experience on Gambit. Is that the difference maker? No. FaZe played great. I didn't get a chance to really watch any of that game, but I was trying to follow along online on hltv.org, and on Ancient on map 1, FaZe went down 11-4, and then came back and won the map. So FaZe are people that have LAN experience. This team is really good, and now they're hitting their stride, so I'm very interested to see how they do against Na'Vi. So that's enough of the breakdown. Great winning lineup. Congrats again to Michael B. Cool on the solo takedown of first place and $5,000. Let's head over here to today's slate. We're going to start off with G2 versus Astralis. Before we get into that, head over to prizepicks.com, ladies and gentlemen. Sign up and use the promo code CLUTCH. Again, promo code CLUTCH. New depositors get a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. It's a great promotion. Absolutely take advantage of that. And I also want to give a shout out to our Twitter handles. Follow the podcast at CSGO Clutch Pod. Follow me on Twitter at AdamWRX21 and follow Dan on Twitter at WanDelch, WANDELCH. Don't forget to hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a comment down below. And hit the subscribe button, really helps us out. Hit the notification bell, that way that you all know every single time one of these podcasts drop. Alright, enough of the plugs, let's get into it. And by the way, everyone, Dan and I really appreciate your support. We're getting new subscribers, what seems like almost on a daily basis. We're growing the podcast, so the more times you all hit that like button, it doesn't cost you anything, it's free. Hitting the subscribe button, it really helps us out, helping to grow the podcast as well. Helps it out with that YouTube algorithm stuff. So let's see if we can get 10 plus likes on this video. Again, I know it's coming up late, so I apologize for that. But let's get into the breakdown here. Again, hit that like button and the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. And hit that notification bell. That way that you all know every single time one of these podcasts drop. Alright, let's get into it. G2 versus Astralis. G2, probably my favorite of the remaining 4 teams to win this tournament. G2 have looked really great. Nico's back into form. Let's take a look at this. Flex scoring. Astralis are extremely underpriced. Bubsky 5200 is one of my favorite players from early looking at on the slate. He's extremely underpriced. He's about 3,000 underpriced. He is way too cheap. Yeah, he's probably about an 8,000 plus players, 2,500 to $3,000 underpriced. He's a fantastic player. You're gonna have to pick a side. How do you think this is gonna go? Astralis look really good. I think they look a little bit better than G2. That's ballsy to say. I think Astralis have a chance to upset G2 here. I think FaZe have a real chance to upset Na'Vi. If I had to pick who I think win, it's Astralis and Na'Vi. Who do I think win? I think it's G2 and Na'Vi, and they head to the finals. With that being said, we're here on the DFS side of the podcast. Astralis are great leverage against G2. I think if you're MMEing the slate, you want exposure to all 4 teams. You want exposure to all 40 players. Yes, including Jax. Yes, including Karrigan. Yes, I'm including Olaf. I think Nico and Hunter are going to be chalk on the slate. I think Nico's going to be chalk on the slate. I think Simple's going to be chalk on the slate. I'm okay with more Simple than I am Nico. If I'm single entering, I'm going G2, Na'Vi, and getting different. Maybe throwing in an Astralis or a FaZe in my lineups to make it a 3-2-1. Large field GPPs, I might go double dog with Astralis and FaZe. Or Astralis, Na'Vi. Or G2 FaZe. Some combination. I want some underdogs on the slate. Let's actually head on over to our fine friends over at Pinnacle. Head over to leagues. I am Cologne. G2 come in as a minus 153 favorite against Astralis, no surprise. Na'Vi come in as a minus 262 favorite against FaZe. Again, no surprise at these odds. But Astralis only a plus 126 underdog. FaZe a plus 209 underdog. It might be a double dog win kind of day. So with that being said, take some shots on who you like. From the G2 side, in order of who I like: Nico, Amanek, Hunter, Nexa, Jax. I'm saying Amanek due to pricing, and Astralis don't have a dedicated upper. Amanek's a dedicated upper for G2. He's a really good player. He's probably coming lower owned than Hunter. And I think it's a way to get different in your large field GPPs. On the Astralis side of things, Bubsky stands out as one of my favorite players on the entire slate. He's underpriced. Like I said, he's $2,500 to $3,000 underpriced. I want a lot of exposure to Bubsky on the slate. Bubsky 1. Dupree 2. I'm still going back to the ball on him. Mages 3. I can make the case for Mages 2. I'm going Dupree 2, Mages 3. I got a good gut feeling it's going to be a big Mages day. Zipix 4, Glaive 5. And that's all I got from this game. Let's get on with the last game of this slate. A little shorter podcast, so normal, ladies and gentlemen. Na'Vi versus FaZe. Na'Vi should come in and absolutely dominate FaZe. I expect Na'Vi to win this game. I expect Na'Vi to win the match. I think FaZe have a chance of upsetting. We take a look at pricing. Simple is 9,200 on the slate. He is the highest. He's the most expensive player on the slate. Electronic 8,400. Bits only 7,400. I think Bit makes for a fine captain play. Electronic makes for a fine captain play. Simple's going to be popular captain. Always a good choice, but I want to get different in large field GPPs as a fine single entry captain. Perfecto, I don't mind 4. And Boomage, 5,600. You can take shots on him. That's fine. In order, I like it. Simple, Electronic, Bit, Perfecto, and Boomage. You can go... I think this is a simple Electronic kind of day. They go 1-2 against FaZe. I think Bit shows up big here. And obviously Flamey and Cold Zera are not playing. On the FaZe side of things, Brokey's a favorite play from FaZe. He's $7,600. Twist, my second favorite, at $6,800. If I had to take a chance on somebody else, it's Rain at $6,000. I don't mind mixing in Olaf at $5,400 and Kerrigan at $4,600. Only in 20 maxes and above. Core play for me on this slate, it's core, value, and GPP is all the same player. It's Bubsky. Value, I also like Glaive at $4,800, Zipix at $6,200, Almanac $6,400. On the GPP side of things, I really like Electronic and Bit. I like Simple. Magisk, I think, is going to be someone we need to keep an eye on in this slate. I think he's going to be a really good chance on this slate. I want exposure to Magisk on this slate. Twists as well. And I like Olaf as well as a GPP play. Let's head over to Prize Picks, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to refresh the page here. Let's head over to... Get some good PGA stuff going on here. Obviously, I want to check out the Open. And some good lines here as well. Let's head over to the CSGO tab. Alright, here we go. Not much. We got 16 picks here. On Prize Picks, I'm going to give you all 2. So let's head over. Let's do this. Man, oh, we got 20 on this slate. Okay. I like that. Let's see what we got here. Bubsky, 35.5 versus G2. Over. Absolutely over. Over. Smash the over on Bubsky over 35.5. The Brokey and Twist lines, ladies and gentlemen, are really, really tight. I like that. I think they get right around 38. Simple 44.5. I think I'm going to go under. So I'm going to go under on Simple 44.5. Like I said, I think it's a good Electronic day. I think it's a good Bit day. They'll take kills away from Simple. 44.5 is tough to hit on 2 maps, so I'll go under on Simple. So I like the over on Bubsky and the under on Simple. That is it for the podcast today, ladies and gentlemen. Again, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Thank you all for tuning in. Then I'll be back for a special grand final edition of the CSGO Clutch Pod tomorrow night. Good luck on your slates. Latest, peoples.